DC, and I'm coming at you guys again with a somewhat of a impromptu stream here. You know, I've been in this community. I've been doing this wrestling thing now for almost a decade. I started in 2000 and what, 17. And over the years, I've seen this community continue to find more and more ways to drag itself down into the depths of not just toxicity, but just full-blown chaos and in some cases depravity. What happened today is a prime example of that. You see, most of you guys probably know who Havok2K Pro is. He is one of the more popular content creators out there. And today, he lost his channel. And it wasn't because of anything he did. It was because of the fact that there were, from what I've read so far, because I've been reading a lot of stuff over the past like two and a half, almost 3 hours now about this. And I've been doing digging as I normally do. I think it's been at least 2 hours, if not 2.5. But he lost his channel today because two people decided that they were going to abuse the YouTube system because they decided they were going to abuse the YouTube system, flag a bunch of his videos, and they got his stuff and they got his entire channel taken down. What's up, Mr. P? What's up, Jacob? And the only thing that I have to say about this is that stuff like this is the reason, tearing out, stuff like this is the reason why our community is currently in the state that it's in. Yes, our community continues to grow every year with every new 2K game that comes out. The community grows because you then have people who are wrestling fans who are seeing what this community does, what we do. And no, I'm not just talking about me. I'm not just talking about Jake. I'm not just talking about, all these other people that I'm partnered with. I'm talking about us as a community. What we do. We make calls. We make arenas. We promote. We network. We do all of this. We inspire people to want to jump into the water. And on the surface, let's be real with ourselves. On the surface, the water looks clean. On the surface, the water looks clean and crystal, blue. But in reality, if you stick your head under that water, guess what? You know what you're going to see? You ain't going to see that clear crystal water. All you're going to see pollution. You're going to see toxicity. You're going to see, swamp. That is what this community is truly underneath that water. And what happened today is a prime example of that. You had two people so insecure, so jealous. The only thing that I can assume what happened for what I read is the fact that the people that took down his channel, that took down Havok's channel, they took it down simply because they were jealous. And trust me when I tell you this, this is nothing new in this community. I've said this once before, and I'm going to say it again. This community is politics. This community is politics. Apologies for the background noise. It's cutthroat. I'm telling you that right now. This community is cutthroat. I've seen it before. I've seen it multiple times. People will use and abuse you in this community. Anyway, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Oops. Yep. Sorry about that. Hey, Joey Price is King. What's up? But as I was saying, though, when it comes to this community, this whole community is freaking politics, everybody. Let's be real with ourselves. People will use and abuse you in the call/eFed/SimFed community. Now, it's not to say, hey, what's up? What's up? It's not to say that it's all bad, because it's not. You do have some people out there who are trying to, like I said, inspire people, give people give people the motivation and the tools to start their own Fed. Because let's be real with ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves. All of us, when we started our Feds, we had our own goals in mind. We had our own goal. We had our own goals in mind. But at the root of it all, let's be real with ourselves. At the root of it all, we did this for 2 or 3 reasons. 3 reasons for me specifically. Number one, we did this because deep down in our souls, we love wrestling. And we decided to take our love for wrestling and put it out there in our own way. Make our Feds in our own imaginations the way we wanted it. We wanted to mold, create our own Feds. We wanted to be our own WWE. We wanted to be our own Ring of Honor. We wanted to be our own New Japan. We wanted to be our own AEW. That's why we did this. Second reason why we did it is because we wanted to give others. We wanted to share that passion with others. People who don't know much about wrestling outside of watching WWE or AEW or, whatever. New Japan, Joshi Pro, Pro Wrestling Noah, I can go down the list. Third reason for me, and I've said this multiple times, I do this to give people a means of escape. Because you have no idea what someone might be going through. You have no idea what someone might be going through. Someone could have lost a family member. Someone could be having a real bad day. But if that person goes to your channel and they see, oh, you streaming, it don't even have to be a wrestling show. It can be anything. You could be streaming anything. You never know who you might touch with your content. You never know who you might touch, who you might inspire, who you might motivate to be like, oh, I want to do this. But unfortunately, with this community, there comes roadblocks. There comes trials and tribulations. And unfortunately, most of those trials and most of those tribulations come from people within our own community. And it's sad. My good friend Blaze always uses this phrase, put the unity back in community. But guess what? Here's the thing. As much as I love hearing Blaze say that, it's never going to happen. Because you want to know the reason why? There's too many people. There's too many, like I said, going back to what I said about this being politics. Going right back to what I said about this being politics. It's cutthroat. People will use and abuse you. People don't care. If you do find people who care, you're going to find You're going to find a very small select few. A small select few you might be able to count on one hand who truly, deep down, care about seeing you succeed. That's the main reason why my circle is small. That's the main reason why I'm glad that I don't have a big following. I'm so glad that I don't have a big following, because with a big following comes pressure. With a big following comes pressure to do better, to improve on what you just did. And quite frankly, I don't got time for that. I don't want to be a big YouTuber. I don't want to be a big content creator. I want to do what I do because I love it. That right there is the only thing that matters to me. I do this not for the views, not for the subs. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost a decade. I'm over that. I do this now because I love it, and I love giving you guys content. But what happened today is another example of exactly why this community will always be fractured. This community will never be whole. And I mean that 100%. We will never be whole, because you have too many people up out there that don't know how to turn it off. They take this way too seriously. And I just put up a tweet. Let me make this perfectly clear. This, when I say some people don't know how to turn it off, I'm not talking about the people who do this and actually make money from this. Because the truth of the matter is this: there are some content creators out there. They pulling in thousands of views, hundreds, thousands of views. They got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're making money from this. I'm not talking about them. They making their paper from this. And guess what? I applaud that. I freaking applaud that. They making their paper from this. They paying their bills, putting food on their table and clothes on their back and a roof over their head, keeping the water on, the lights on, so on and so forth. But there are other people, and there are a lot of them out there, who don't know how to turn it off. They see what someone else is doing, and they get so insecure, they get so jealous, that instead of them, and doesn't this sound familiar though? I brought this up before about a year ago. There are people out there who get so jealous and so insecure that instead of them, reaching out and asking, hey, yo, what should I do? What do you think I should do to get eyes on my content? What do you think I should do to get eyes on my channel? What do? They get angry. And anger, just like in Star Wars, anger turns to hate. And what does hate turn to? It turns to suffering. That's what happens to a lot of people in this community. And trust me when I tell you this, though. Part of me understands. Some people want to make it big, but trust me when I tell you this, though. When it comes to content creation, you got to understand. You are up against hundreds. No, scratch that. You're up against thousands, tens of thousands of people who are doing the exact same thing that you are doing. And believe me when I tell you this, if you doing this for the views, if you doing this for the subs, I'm telling you this straight up, you doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong. You wrong. You wrong. 100%. Absolutely wrong. If you're doing this for views and subs. However, if you're doing this because you love it, and you're doing it because you want to be that helping hand, and you want to pull people up, hey, that's different. That's different. I know that there are multiple YouTubers out there. Markiplier, for example, millions of subscribers. He pulls in thousands of views. Hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views. He pulls in millions of views a year. How do you think he got started, though? He didn't get started, blowing up overnight. It takes time. It takes time. But I'm pretty sure that when it comes to Markiplier, he didn't get into this. When he started, he didn't get into this to make money. Jacksepticeye. I'm pretty sure that all of them, when they started this, they didn't. The first thing on their mind wasn't to make money off of this. They just so happened to get big through their content, and through their content they started making money to the point that they were able to stop doing what they were doing originally to make money, and they was able to do YouTube full time. Not everyone is that lucky. And for Havok, he just lost something that he was passionate about. Because the thing about it is this: I've actually seen some of Havok's content. Havok does damn good work. He does damn good work. And just like that, gone. Not because of something that he did, but because of the fact that two insecure people decided to get all up in their feelings and shut him down. Abuse the system and shut him down. And I already know what some people are going to say: blame YouTube. While YouTube is here's the thing about it. YouTube plays a small part in this, because you want to know the reason why? We already know. Here's the thing. We already know how their system is. What's up, Dallas? We already know that their system has holes in it. It's flawed. Because you want to know the reason why? Here's the thing about YouTube's system. YouTube's system will never be perfect, because you want to know the reason why? It's because of us. It's because of us as content creators. We upload. You got to understand, across this world, you have millions, if not billions, of content creators. It doesn't matter how many subs you got or how many views you pull in. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. You got to understand, YouTube is pretty much the roots of its tree. And YouTube has a big tree, okay? YouTube itself is the roots of that tree. What do you think the branches are? The branches are us. What do you think the leaves are? The leaves are the content. And on that tree, there are billions of leaves. Billions of content. YouTube is not going to be able to truly oversee every little thing, which in on itself is a problem. It's a big problem. It's a huge problem. But guess what? There's nothing that I can do about it. There's nothing that Dallas can do about it. There's nothing that Jacob can do about it. Unless one of us somehow manages to fall into a pit full of enough money to be able to own YouTube. That's a different story. But right now, there's nothing we can do about it. But on the other hand, I do sincerely hope that Havok gets his channel back, because what happened today is a prime example of why this community deep down is garbage. And no, I'm not saying that it's garbage because of what we do and what we upload. I'm saying that it's garbage because you have too many bad apples out there. You have too many insecure, jealous, low confident people out there who want to destroy someone else's hard work because of their own insecurities. And I've said this once before, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. I run my own Fed. I've been doing this for 9 years. When I first started, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. I did hit a few stumbling blocks. I did at one point get a little jealous of some content creators. I'll tell you guys this straight up. Then that's like, I'll tell you guys this straight up, because I've told them this. I've told Blaze, once upon a time, I was jealous of Blaze. I was jealous of Blaze because you want to know the reason why? He was pulling in views, he was pulling in subs, and I was looking at his channel, and I was literally, and the thing about it is that I was about maybe like 2-3 years into making content. But the thing about it was this. Blaze, here's the thing. Blaze told me something that has stuck with me to this very day. Blaze told me, it ain't about the views, it ain't about the subs, Twitch. It's about doing what you love. And I never forgot that. And here's the thing, I've held on to that to this very day. That's why when I go live, if I'm not streaming wrestling, or if I'm streaming, like Code Vein, or if I'm streaming Neo or something like that, I'm not worrying about who shows up, because you want to know the reason why? Here's the thing, I'm not going to pull in the same amount of views streaming Neo that I am streaming wrestling, because you want to know the reason why? Most people know me. Most people know about me because of my wrestling. They don't know me because of the fact that I stream Ghost of Yote, or if I stream Neo, or that type of stuff. People know about my channel because of the wrestling. And guess what? I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who are not. Who are not. There are some people out there who are not like that. Just like that. Anyway. Like I said, Havok, I really hope he gets his YouTube back. I really hope he gets his channel back. Because what happened today was absolute nonsense. Was absolute garbage. It's just one of those things that no, just when I thought that this community, it couldn't sink any lower, we just find more and more ways to sink lower. Like, come on, man. It's not that deep. Do better, be better. We need to be better. Because the thing about it is this, pretty soon, when the time comes for us to go, guess what? All this stuff that we do, DJPW, Twitter and all this other stuff, though, we ain't gonna be able to take this with us. Life is too short for all this nonsense. That's the problem with the internet, is that the internet, Mike Tyson, he said it best, though. The internet has made people too comfortable. The internet has made people too comfortable. Because all people got to do, I'm going to tell you right now, all people got to do, they got to have a phone or one of these. All they got to do is click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Nah. Like I said, it ain't that deep. It's not that deep. With that being said, thank you guys for hearing this little rant, everybody. But yeah, man, And just to make this perfectly clear, I try to keep myself out of drama and nonsense, but when it comes to stuff like this, I I just cannot let it slide. I refuse to let it slide. We need to do better. We need to be better. We need to be an example, especially for the people. Like I said, we already know 2K26 is right around the corner. You about to have, no, mark my words when I tell you this, you about to have probably like maybe 15, 20 people. When they get their hands in that game, they're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna start my own Fed. And you know what's gonna happen? Out of those 15, 20 people, about 85% of them are going to stop. And it won't be because, and here's the thing, it won't be because of the fact that they don't have eyes on the community. It's going to be because, sorry. It won't be because they're not getting eyes on the content. It's going to be because of this community. It will be because of this community, mark my words. Like I said, man, it ain't that deep. Do better, be better, everybody. Please. Please. I'm just one person. I'm just one voice. But trust me when I tell you this, as long as I have breath in my body, I'm going to continue to preach this because I love this. And I don't want to see this get destroyed. I don't think that call will truly die. But trust me when I say, if stuff like this, like what happened with Havok, continues to be a thing, guess what? You know what's going to happen? Stuff like that is going to be swept under the rug. Stuff like that, people are just going to pretend not to notice. And that's not cool at all. Anyway, everybody, hope you guys have a nice night. I'm gonna go link up with my friends and go enjoy some Neo 3. With that being said, everybody, stay safe, stay positive, keep striving, thriving, climbing, grinding, and thriving, and in some cases flying. And I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, everybody. Love you guys. Peace.